In this video, I'm going to show you how to factor polynomials with degree 2. So the first thing we're going to do is take a look at what coefficients we have in this equation. So here we have 6, 6, and then we also have this term here, negative 36. So let's write that down. We have 6, and another 6, and we have negative 36. So let's find the greatest common factor in this case. So the greatest common factor of 6 and 36 would just be 6. So the greatest common factor is 6. So that means I could divide this term by 6, this term by 6, and this term by 6 to make my life so much easier. So let's do that. So if I divide 6x squared with my greatest common factor here, which is 6, I'm left with 1x squared. 6 divided by 6 is 1, and then I'm just left with my x squared term. The same thing for the next term. We have 6x divided by 6. I'm dividing 6 by 6 and I get 1, and I'm left with my x term. Then I have negative 36 divided by 6, which is just negative 6. So now I'm left with 1x squared plus 1x minus 6. Now remember, we factored out this 6 because we found that that was the greatest common factor here. So this 6 should come on the outside. And when we distribute it, right, 6 times 1x squared is 6x squared. We do 6 times 1x, that gives us 6x. And if we do 6 times times negative 6, we get negative 36. So now what we're going to do is we are going to just have a look at this equation right here. Notice that it's in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. So what we're going to do is multiply a and c together. A times c. So in this case, our a is 1 and our c is negative 6. So we're going to multiply that together. 1 times negative 6. And that gives me negative 6. Then I'm going to take my b, which is 1 in this case. B, and that is equal to 1. So I'm going to ask myself, what two numbers multiplied together will give me negative 6, so this answer right here, but also if I add those exact two numbers, I get 1. So what can those numbers possibly be? We have negative 6 times 1, which is negative 6. But if I do negative 6 plus 1, I don't get back 1. So the two numbers here would be 3 and negative 2. So 3 times negative 2 is negative 6, and 3 plus negative 2 is positive 1. So now that I figured out that my two numbers are positive 3 and negative 2, I'm going to rewrite this equation as positive 3x plus 3 and x minus 2. So this replaces this equation right here. So I'm just going to rewrite this. So instead of 6 times 1x squared plus 1x minus 6, I'm going to replace this with this. So I get 6 times x plus 3 times x minus 2. And this right here is my factored form of the equation.